Jen.
I'm Spencer.
And I'm Kristen.
And this is where Besties Bond over books.
Books.
Woohoo! And this this episode we're doing our Book of the Month book, which was The School of Good and Evil.
Yes.
It's actually the School for Good and Evil.
Oh, I keep saying of too, I think.
keep writing of, and it's for.
For, because they are the people.
Yeah. School for Good and Evil.
It's so weird, because I've seen the movie, I cannot picture them like this.
No. Yeah, same.
I like them better in my head as the movie people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, this is just, not right.
No. I agree. I would agree.
Yeah.
So we're talking about School for Good and Evil.
Mm-hmm.
Brief overview. You want to do the...
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the book jacket says.
Not either. This year, best friends Sophie and Agatha will discover what it is to be a student at the fabled School for Good and Evil, where ordinary boys and girls are trained to be fairy tale heroes and villains. With her pink dresses, glass slippers, and devotion to good deeds, Sophie knows she'll earn top marks at the School for Good and graduate a storybook princess. Meanwhile, Agatha, with her shapeless black frocks, wicked pet cat, and dislike of nearly everyone, seems to be a natural fit for the School for Evil. But when the two girls are swept into the endless woods, they find their fortunes reversed. Sophie's dumped into the School of Evil to take uglification, death curses, and henchman training, while Agatha finds herself in the School for Good, among handsome princes and fair maidens in princess etiquette and animal communication. But what if the mistake is actually the first clue to discovering who Sophie and Agatha really are? The School for Good and Evil is an epic journey into a dazzling new world where the only way out of a fairy tale is to live through one.
Ooh. What'd you rate it?
I gave it a 4.
I gave it a 4.
Yeah. I liked it a lot. I mean...
Excuse me.
I think the reason I didn't give it a 5 was because it felt like it kept going back and forth between the girls being friends and not.
Yeah.
And that was just, a little annoying for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it was like, oh, we, clash, and then, oh, we're good, you're going to help me now, then clash again,
And it did it so many times.
Yeah. I'm like, where's the actual, I get it, there's conflict, but where is the, pinnacle of this?
Yeah, exactly. You almost, were on a roller coaster, so you didn't feel it as much at the end.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
I'd agree.
Yeah. Was that what you gave it 4 too?
I gave it 4.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I think, if you like, magic schools, it's YA, and is it middle grade or is it YA, actually?
I might be middle grade.
Ages 8 to 12, it's middle grade, yeah.
Yeah.
Which I know hate on middle grade, it just means there's, not...
Harry Potter's middle grade.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's a middle grade book. If you like magic schools, you'll probably still like it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get into spoilers next, so if you've read the book, haven't read the book, I think we're also going to probably have spoilers for the movie, too.
Yeah, so get out of here.
If you haven't watched the movie either, you might want to...
Get out.
Leave.
And then come back.
Always come back.
Yes.
Please, please.
Okay, this was so different.
It was
from the movie.
Different.
I was just there was a lot more going on. And then I was trying to think, because I'm like, okay, I haven't seen the movie in a long time, but I don't remember the movie being very long. That could have easily been a TV show.
So I had to watch the movie. I've already watched the movie right after I read this.
Okay.
So I'll watch it again today. But it's fresh on my mind.
Yeah.
It is so different. Okay. And yes, this.
I thought it was. I was like, I don't remember any of this from the book. Or from the movie.
Even the schoolmaster was not in this at all.
But you even see him in the movie. You don't see him until the end, and this one you see him at the beginning.
Yeah.
And just for a minute, and then he's just kind of gone.
Yeah. And then there were characters that weren't in there, the little redhead, which I did like that in the movie.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember his name.
I can't think of his name either.
It made things more, but they're I don't know, things felt more high stakes in the book too.
Yes.
You would die.
I'd agree.
A lot more quickly in the book.
Yeah.
And not just be turned into a wish fish, which is what was the scariest thing in the movie.
Yes.
I don't know. And then Tedros?
Uh-huh.
Was an ass in this book.
Yeah.
He had very few redeeming qualities.
It was, they changed his dynamic.
Which I liked in the movie better.
I liked in the movie better. His relationship with both girls was very different in this book.
He was...
And I was like, oh.
It's...
Okay.
It was almost I don't even want to say it's enemies to lovers. He was just he hated everyone and he was but I have to love you, kind of thing.
I'm like, do you even, why do you even like Sophie?
Yeah.
It was weird.
It was.
Because it was just well, I'm not sure what you're getting out of this.
Yeah, and then there was that whole plot line with like her turning into a roach to help Sophie.
Oh yeah,
And all the none of the ranking. The trial by tale.
Oh, yeah.
Was fully an entire class project and not just a love challenge.
Yeah, which it was in the movie.
And there was no circus of talents.
No. That's what I was saying. I was reading it and I was like, this could have easily been a TV show.
It probably would have been a good TV show, honestly.
Yeah. And the movie was, I remember the movie being like good, but like it leaves a lot of stuff
leaves
out.
so much out.
Even like the stuff towards the beginning when she's trying to like get over to her in the school, like the evil school.
Yeah.
When she was like, with like all the gargoyles and stuff.
She's going through a lot.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't remember any of this in the movie.
Yeah, and when she almost, she can like actually grant anyone's wish. Like you don't see that either.
Yeah, no.
No, it was wildly different.
It was. And I don't feel like in the beginning, I don't think you got a lot of their families either.
No.
I don't think you got I feel like I didn't get any of their families, really.
Well, also, in the movie, they don't know about the kidnappings.
Oh, yeah.
They, like, learn about the School of Good and Evil, like, very briefly, like, on that day that they get kidnapped.
Yeah,
So it's, like, the setup's completely different.
Yeah, like, Sophie's been dreaming about this her whole life in the book.
Yeah. And, like, Agatha's mom wants her to go be a witch, too.
Yeah, that was weird. It was, yeah. And it was just so funny throughout the whole thing. And I remember this from the movie, too, just how, like, Sophie's like, this isn't where I'm supposed to be, this isn't where I'm supposed to be. But it was just like, that was I guess, kind of like what we were talking about, with it going up and down. I was like, eventually she's got to realize.
You're evil.
You're evil.
Like,
the whole book, she's just like, I'm not.
I'll give it to you the first few days, like, sure.
Yeah, first few days, sure. But she was obviously evil.
She was so clearly evil.
She's such a brat.
She was also, like, not really Agatha's friend at the beginning.
Oh, yeah, she was my least favorite character.
She was like, I'm doing this because I'm a good person. Like,
Yeah.
you're a sad, ugly witch, and I'm, out of the goodness of my heart,
But she's just
friend.
doing that because she's like, this is what a princess does. This will get me into
the good school.
This will get me into the good school. She does nothing out of the goodness of her heart.
No, and that's why she's evil. That's why she's evil.
Yeah, she just cannot comprehend it through the whole entire book. And I'm just like, can you, like, grow some self-awareness?
Really, though.
She's not self-aware at all.
And they kept saying, like, only the most evil can, like, disguise themselves as good, and, like, the opposite, too.
Yeah.
And I was like, girl, like, you're not.
No.
That's not you.
No.
I'm sorry.
You're insane.
You're actually insane.
Yeah.
The one thing I did really like about the book, though, was how much they, like, had with the, like, the painted pictures and, like the lore, I guess, of, like, the stories.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, how, you know, X number go become princesses, X number become, like, the sidekicks.
Oh, yeah, like, some people become, like, the townspeople.
Yeah.
I
and,
thought
like,
that was interesting.
Like, animals that, like, die. I thought that added, like, a really cool layer.
Yeah, because that, I feel like they don't really touch on in the movie. Because they, like, up front are like, some of you are going to become animals.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you're going to do.
And it's a great honor.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed that part. And then also the part, like, where I feel like they'll touch on it probably in future books, but, like, whatever the storybook curse is, where it's, like, they're the only town.
Mm-hmm.
And, so, Agatha kept being like, oh, the other towns. Like, what other towns? And then, like, all the other kids come from actual stories.
Yeah.
And they're, like, the readers.
And they're, like, kingdoms or whatever.
Yeah, and so, like, I feel like there's a lot more backstory there.
Yeah. I mean, there's, like, 5 more books.
I know.
Yeah.
And, you know, the movie itself actually ends, like, on not a cliffhanger, but, like, where it can continue. But I don't know that they're continuing the series.
No, I don't think it got good. I mean, I think it got fine reviews, but, you know,
well,
it's like,
is so
it's like, if it's not making us $1 million.
It's so dumb. Like, they canceled Shadow and Bone.
Yeah.
So bitter about that.
Exactly. But the movie was good. I think it got a good response. I just don't think it got a Netflix good response.
Yeah, where they want
somebody else pick it up.
And, like, this book actually ended super abruptly.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, the answer was love. It's always love.
It's always love.
I knew it from the beginning. I mean, I have seen the movie, so, like, I did know it.
Yeah, but,
also,
like, who wouldn't know that?
How would you not guess that?
Yeah, that's obvious.
I know you're children, but come on.
Yeah.
But because they got the riddle, like, they immediately, like, disappear. And then that's just, like, how it ends.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, there's gotta be a lot of stuff going on in these other books.
Yeah. And hopefully Tedros redeems himself in the other books.
Yeah, he was a lot more likable in the movie.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. They also, made them way less ugly when they turned into villains. Like, they were describing them in this, and I was like, they become, like, grotesque.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, disgusting. But in the movie, it's like, Tedros gets, like, a scar.
Yeah.
And, like, they're all wearing black. And, like...
Yeah, that's what... It's more about, like... It's, like, what they're wearing. It's, like, oh, we're in frilly colors versus we're in black.
Yeah. I did like, the sidekicks, though. Like, Hester and Dot.
I enjoyed all of them in the book.
Yeah. Like, they were really great. And then, Kiko.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was really fun.
Yeah, I think you got a lot more of them in the book than you did. There was just a lot more going on.
Yeah, there was, yeah.
Which I appreciated.
But, I mean, the premise was the same. Like, you know, Sophie's in the wrong school, Agatha's in the wrong school.
I just don't think they're really friends.
I know, I'm still, like, even at the end of the movie and the book, they're like, Sophie sacrifices herself, I guess, to save Agatha. I think it built more to that in the movie than the book.
Yeah.
Because this was, like, there were, like, 10 pages left, and I was like, she's still being a horrible person to her.
Still not friends.
Yeah, so I was, like, kind of nervous, and then she just, like, all of a sudden saves her life. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I think it was more because she kissed the headmaster, also weird,
Okay.
and was like, oh, wait, like, I don't like this. And I don't know, I just, like, don't believe it.
No, I think it's, I think it'll, in the book, like, the books after, other stuff will follow, where I'm just like, oh, that's why you really did it.
Yeah.
I just don't.
Sorry, Sophie.
Yeah. You were horrible the whole book. The entire book.
The entire book. I'm trying to think of, like...
No.
Like, you immediately get there, like, oh, my prince.
Yep.
And then Agatha's like, let's go home. She's like, no.
But she agrees to go home for a minute. But I'm like, Agatha, why are you thinking that she's actually going to go home?
She, like, wants to... Oh my god, that whole part where she's like, okay, I'll help you, like, get to this level, and then you have to kiss him. And she's like, of course.
And then she doesn't kiss him.
And then they get to where she could easily kiss him, and she's like, we should wait.
Yeah.
And she's like, what the hell is happening?
Yeah.
But then in Sophie's mind, she's like, the second I kiss him, we're getting sent back home. So she's like, I'm never gonna kiss him. And I'm like, what?
It's so backwards.
That doesn't even make sense.
But I love him. I'm like, you don't love him.
Oh yeah, when she's like, think of him in your mind.
I love his
like,
eyes.
Yeah, she's like, what about his personality? She's like,
what?
I don't know. Like, what do you mean? And then Agatha also likes him. I will say this, Agatha also likes him toward the end. And I don't know why she likes him either.
Yeah, they didn't in the book, because I was thinking that while I was reading it, because in the movie, you could tell she was, like, starting to grow, like, warmer towards him.
It was more flirty.
Yeah,
like,
but in the book, I'm like, they don't like each other.
No.
For, like, 90% of the book.
Exactly.
And I'm like, what is this?
And then it's almost like he, like, can't help but be drawn to her.
Yeah, it's, like, true love.
And then it's, like, her princess is taking over.
Yeah.
And she's like, it's him. And it's like, ooh,
it was
why
weird.
though?
It was a little weird.
Yeah.
I felt like it was set up differently in the movie.
Yeah. It was more believable.
Yeah, in the book I was like, y'all haven't, not even she hasn't liked him, I'm like, y'all haven't liked each other.
Yeah.
It wasn't, I'm like.
Like, he hated you.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like in the movie, it makes so much sense because it's almost like he sees Sophie and he's like, she's hot.
Yeah.
She's, like, being a badass. Like, I like her. As long as she's good, it's okay for me to like her.
Yeah.
And, like, that made sense to me. I don't understand why he likes her in this book at all.
No, because he didn't like anything about her.
No. Like, he's making fun of her immediately when they get
just
there.
like, I feel like it's just like, it's liking her because he has to.
And the only time that you even got a glimpse of who he was as a person, you got, like, I will say this had, like, a weird head hopping thing going on, too.
Yes.
Which is really, maybe it's because it's middle grade, it's fine, but, like, you could never do that in a normal book. Because it was, like, you were in Sophie's head, and then you were in
And then you were in some side characters' heads.
Yes.
And I'm like, why am I in Beatrice's head right now?
Exactly.
It's so weird.
So you do go into Tedros' head for a minute, and he's like, woe is me, my mother.
Oh, I'm just like
father.
my dad. Yeah.
And so that was the one thing where I was like, okay, I understand his conflict.
Yeah.
Of, like, not wanting to choose all the other princesses. But then he still does the exact same thing he's trying not to do with the other ones. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
No. This all makes sense why you're being a 4. Yeah, no, it's like, it was so entertaining.
It was. I think you got a lot more out of it than the movie, which I liked, which is why I think I liked it, because it gave you a lot more context and a lot more, like, content, but some stuff was just like, well, why?
Yeah, like, I wonder if we hadn't seen the movie before, if we would have...
Oh, because we wouldn't have had a comparison.
Like, yeah, because, like, I was predisposed to like Tedros and to like Agatha.
Yeah.
And even, like, I liked Sophie in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Like, she...
Well, even Agatha in the book, I was like, yeah, Sophie's a shitty friend, but you're also not a great friend.
No.
Because she, like, there was one point where she just, like... And granted, Sophie wasn't, like, the smartest cookie, but she's just like, you idiot. And I'm just like, dang, why do you like her? And I think the only reason she liked her was because Sophie...
was being nice to her.
But the only reason Sophie was being nice to her was for selfish reasons. And I'm like, why do y'all even want to be friends?
I know, it's kind of sad.
It is. I'm just like, I don't think y'all are good friends for each other.
I know, and like...
Because I think Agatha wants her to be something that she is not capable of.
Right, Agatha wants a true friend.
And, like, Sophie is
so she's willing to overlook all this stuff that Sophie is.
Yes, but I'm like, she's not a true friend.
No.
Yeah.
That's so true. I'd be really curious, like, what the other books do with all that.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably more.
I know.
I don't know where
what's the synopsis of book 2? I just want to see.
I don't know where else is going.
A world without princes.
Oh, something happens to...
The book follows Sophie and Agatha, who have returned to the village of Gavaldon, ending the curse. However, Agatha secretly wishes for a different ending, reopening the gate to the school for good and evil, which have become the school for girls and boys.
That's funny. Okay, interesting.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'll keep reading them, honestly.
Oh, yeah. I was entertained enough.
Yeah.
For sure.
And yeah, I'm excited to watch the movie with everyone.
Yeah.
I saw Sarah yesterday, and she said she did like the book.
Yeah.
So I'll be, and like, I don't know that she has seen the movie.
I don't know.
So it'll be interesting to hear, like, how she feels about it.
Oh, yeah, if she hasn't seen it, watching it after reading that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, and one more fun fact for listeners.
Mm-hmm.
We got these signed.
I felt so cool reading it.
I know. Oh, this was so pretty. You know what's so weird? There's no author bio in this. It just, like, ends. Like, the last page is the last page.
Oh, I don't think I went
to, like, look for...
No acknowledgements, no...
Nothing. It just ends.
About the author? Interesting.
Yeah, so I can't
never
tell
see
you.
that.
I guess maybe it's on the front.
Yeah, it's on the book jacket.
But usually you still see it.
Yeah, he was there. We got it signed.
Yeah.
Or we bought signed copies.
We bought signed copies, and he was at one of the panels we did. I think it was the sequel one, or the spin-off one.
Yeah, the spin-off one.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Very cool. So yeah, I would recommend it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And the movie.
Yes.
So...
And then...
we should cheers real quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, high five.
Yeah. Who are we high-fiving to?
Not Sophia.
No. I just do the school in general. I like the school's, like...
vibe.
Yeah, I like the school's
a fun vibe.
Yeah.
To the school for good and evil.
Yeah. Or, who's that guy?
The seer. Oh, I liked him.
I felt bad through the whole thing for that hot guy.
Oh,
because several times he was like, "If I could love, I'd love you," and I'm like,
that was sweet.
I was like, "Go away from her. You deserve better."
And like he let her stay in his dorm room, and like she stole his favorite pajamas from his dad.
Yeah,
I did like him.
Yeah, I liked him.
Cheers Hopefully they get together in the future books.
Yeah,
villains deserve love too.
Yeah, I was here for him.
Aw.
So cheers to them.
I'll cheers to Dot. I like Dot.
Oh yeah, I like Dot too.
We like the side characters.
They
did a good job
for sure.
Yeah, and then next week,
The Summer I Turned Pretty.
A classic. Summer classic by Jenny Han. So tune in next week.
See ya. Bye.